Hey folks, welcome back to the You Want Pizzazz channel. Today, you're going to be learning how to create this text repeater motion graphic background in After Effects. Let's get started. Go ahead and open up After Effects and we are going to create a new composition, nothing fancy, just a regular 1920 by 1080 composition. 24 frames per second is fine, and then you're going to want to set the duration to the length that you want the video to be. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to do 1 minute and I'm going to hit OK. So now I'm going to right click in the composition and create a new solid. Just a regular black solid is okay. So now we're going to make the text. So go ahead and click your horizontal type tool and then click in the center of the screen here. I'm going to choose a word that I want repeated. In this case, I'm just going to make it simple and I'm going to name it repeat in all caps. I find that all caps looks a little better. Now, if you highlight the text by hitting Command A and then go to your character panel, you can adjust things like font, color, and size. So I want this a little bigger. You can also adjust the spacing in between the characters. I kind of want to keep it pretty tight here. I'm going to select the layer and hit P to open up the positioning keyframes, and I'm going to just move it over a bit. I want to see what it looks like when I have 2 repeats. So I'm going to highlight and copy the word, make a space, and then repeat it here. So you have to decide if you like that spacing. If you highlight it, you can adjust the spacing in between the characters. I think something like this is fine. Once you're happy with that, make another space and then copy this by selecting it and hitting Command C on your keyboard. And then we are just going to paste it. We're going to paste it multiple times. I'm just zooming out so you can see. That's fine. And then I'm going to move the positioning so it's like about in the center. Okay, so now I'll move this to the top. And we're going to alter the text one more time. So we're going to just click and hit Command A to select the entire text. And then in the character panel, we're going to actually click this little arrow that says swap, fill, and stroke. And then it'll look more like this. You're going to have to adjust the stroke because it'll probably start you off at 0, but you can adjust the stroke here. I think around 5 pixels is great. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click this layer, rename, and call this white text. I'm going to hit Command C, Command V to copy the layer. And then I'm going to bring the second layer down just around here. I want to keep it tight. And then I'm going to highlight and change the color to something else. I'm going to make it a nice hot pink, I think. Make it a little spicy. And I'm going to rename this as pink text. And then I'm just going to copy and paste and alternate between white and pink. And I'm going to try to keep the spacing as consistent as I can. All right, you can see that the text is a little cut off here. Don't worry about it because we can actually fix this with a null object. I'm going to just click out and then right click in the composition and click New, Null Object. And then I'm going to highlight these layers by holding down Shift. And then I'm going to link it to the null object. I'm going to move all the layers at once. So I'm going to hit S on my keyboard on the null object. I'm going to scale it down a bit. I'm going to hit P and move it up. So I'm just going to adjust it so it fits perfectly in the composition. This is just a neat little hack that I use all the time to just move everything when I need to move everything. All right, perfect. I'm happy with that. And once you're done with the null, you can just delete it. It won't affect any of the layers. So now that we are happy with that, we're going to add some movement. So we're going to take the lazy route and we're going to animate them all at the same time. We're going to highlight all the layers at once and then we're going to hit P on our keyboards to activate position. We're going to make a keyframe here right at the beginning. We're going to move to the end and then we're going to move it over to the right. All right, let's see how that looks. Cool. That looks fine. So you might be happy with something just like that. But what I want to do is make the pink ones go the opposite direction to add a little bit of pizzazz. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to select all the pink layer keyframes and I'm going to hold down Shift to select multiple ones. So now all the pink ones are selected and I'm going to move these keyframes to the end here. And then I'm going to take these end keyframes and move it to the beginning. So basically we're telling it to do the opposite of what it was originally doing. So make sure it lines up perfectly here. I'm gonna go to the end and make sure that this lines up. And bada bing, bada boom, we've got a nice repeating text background. Now that wasn't so bad, was it? If you've learned something new today, please give this video a like and subscribe to the You Want Pizzazz channel for more videos. I hope you have a fantastic day, folks, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!